Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for April 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Libra, and see what is going on for you. You have this card that says, lessons in life will repeat until they are learned. You also have this card that says, good luck sometimes comes disguised as bad luck. You're the second person to get both of these cards. Not together, but I just think it's interesting that I definitely know that I've seen both of those cards already this month. So, it could be kind of like a collective energy or something like that. And for those of you that always wonder, do you shuffle the oracle cards? There you go. They're coming up again in reading. So, yes, to answer your question, I just don't want to waste your time doing it on camera, right? Some people don't like that, but, whatever. So what I would say here is that there could be some blessings in disguise. It is interesting that you have this sandcastle card as well. It's like, obviously there could be something that has come crumbling down in your life here, Libra. But, that kind of reminds me of like tower energy in a lot of ways. Like, it could be like a tower moment. The tower can represent a blessing in disguise. You don't have the tower yet. I'm just using an example here. And again, this card is not nearly as challenging as the tower. But look at this. It looks like you're in for like a very successful new beginning and something much better. I do feel like some of you, it's like, especially in love, you could be meeting a new person who's just like way, way better than anything you've dated in the past. And I kind of feel like you're like seeing, it's like you're taking off the relationship goggles, right? Let's put it that way. For those of you that want love, again, I feel like there's new love coming in. Again, I think sometimes when we're in relationships, we get those relationship goggles where we start ignoring things like warning signs or, a person doing things that we don't like or whatever. And it looks like you're taking those off. I kind of feel like that's what's going on here. I also love that you have that card that says lessons in life will repeat until they are learned. I feel like this is saying you have learned the lessons. It's like you have learned that you sometimes put on relationship goggles, or that you could be working harder in business if you want more money, or I don't even think it has to be about hard work. As I always say, I wouldn't be working hard right now, although I do, but I would be working efficiently. I think that being efficient is going to be way, way, way better than working hard in the near future. That you might work hard, it might be a side effect, but I think efficiency should be first. So again, I feel like you've learned these lessons, and I think you're just kind of seeing a brighter future is what I see going this way, actually. You have the Death card and the Eight of Cups, but personally, I like the Eight of Cups because he's walking away from something that no longer serves him. He's also walking towards the Nine of Cups. And if we go here, this area, this last row is meant to represent the good stuff. And you have the best card in the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks to me like you just see a brighter future. I feel like you're still going through the motions of putting it together with the Five of Wands. I kind of see like a puzzle. It's like sometimes I think we have to, try things. We have to kind of learn things. We have to figure out that there are other things that we don't like in life. So I don't see this as a bad thing. I see it as more fun in general. I always say that, again, these people on the Five Wands, they're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So it's like they're learning how to fight. I do not consider this to be a bad card. To me, it's a good card, but I kind of feel like you're putting everything together. You have the Queen of Pentacles here, and you always get the Queen of Pentacles. I think for the past 3 years at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Libra, I'm pretty sure that you've been getting this with me a lot. And number one, you could have a Capricorn coming in, I suppose, if you want love, but really, I feel like this is talking about efficiency. And I also feel it's talking about, as I say to everyone with Pluto and Aquarius, and also Neptune and Pisces. The thing with Neptune and Pisces is Pisces rules anything that flows. We call money currency, right? As in the ocean. So money flows. We even talk about it in terms of flowing. So I've been saying since 2016 or earlier that I believe that Neptune and Pisces is going to bring in significant changes in our finances and financial life. I've basically been right up until this point. So I think we should pay attention to our finances. I don't think anything crazy is going to happen. I just think, there will be a lot of crazy stuff, more banks collapsing, more of that for sure. But with Saturn there, it's like there's more reality, at least in Pisces. There's more Saturn's bringing a little bit of hard work and reality to the party, where Neptune is just head in the clouds, ignoring things, buying into fantasies, stuff like that, right? So I kind of see like everybody getting a little bit more serious about being resourceful, and it doesn't even have to be money. There could be other ways that you could increase your resources. These could be financial, but they could also be like friendships, neighbors, helping people out, people helping you out, like those types of resources as well. With the Page of Cups, you have the Death card. Could be a Scorpio coming in for some of you. I definitely don't think that's true for all of you. But I do feel for some of you, could just be a water sign in general going this way. But you have the Death card twice. And you know what's really funny as well is, I don't know why I feel this, but it's like if you have Taurus in your chart or, like a lot of Taurus, I would go watch the Taurus reading. It just popped into my head out of nowhere. But I'm pretty sure in that reading I said what I'm about to say to you is that you could be letting go of something that like once was a dream. And, I think that can be hard to do until you admit it to yourself that you don't want to become a ballerina anymore or, whatever it is that you want to become. And for whatever reason, I'm getting in that diagonal there that you could be letting go of a dream, but it's like not like a bad thing. I think this is a good thing. It's like you're realizing, I actually don't want to do this, but there might still be some sort of emotional attachment to it, which I think happens sometimes in life. Again, we kind of develop these emotional attachments to dreams, but then we realize we don't want to do it, and there might be something better. With the Five of Wands, you have the Empress, tons of abundance. I see this as a very abundant reading in general. Again, I would be looking for at all, surrounding yourself with all forms of abundance. Even if you don't have money, go be in abundance because that's the name of the game right now. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Cups. Definitely new love coming in for you, for those of you that want it. For others, I feel like this is about tapping into your hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to be resourceful if it wants to focus there. But the Two of Cups is like you and your higher self. So I feel like your higher self is trying to guide you towards something bigger and better in your life. You have this Sandcastle card. It says everything is temporary, divine timing. This is coming up in the area of the unexpected. So I feel like something is has been temporary. We kind of already talked about this. You're transitioning or transforming, maybe past an old idea or something that you thought you wanted in life, and it's like you're just moving on to something else. I don't really feel like there's anything unexpected here. As I always say, I label these rows just in these readings, but I don't try to make them fit if they don't. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Seven of Swords. It's like maybe in the past it was unexpected if you were dealing with a liar, cheater, stealer, or something like that, right? So maybe in the past you dealt with something surprising, but I feel like you're, again, walking away from it with the Eight of Cups. I also feel that for some of you, I feel like this is saying don't give up. For those of you that are working on a project or a business or a career or anything for that matter, you could be retired and working on a project still, right? It's like if you're working on something, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. It just says there might be a better way to do what you're doing. So again, back to efficiency. Nine of Wands is a card of experimentation. We pretty much have to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Again, for whatever reason, I'm feeling Taurus energy in your reading. And I'm not saying you're dealing with a Taurus or anything like that. I'm just feeling that type of energy is the best way I can describe it. We do have Uranus and Taurus. I do believe personally that Uranus and Taurus has a lot to do with our values and freedom, whatever freedom means for you, being set free, feeling like you can do the things you want to do in life. That's a form of freedom. And if we go this way, again, that would kind of make sense to me that you could be doing that. But I feel like there's this attachment. It's and especially in projects, I want to stress, if you have a project, it's maybe you think you want to start a YouTube channel, but maybe you're not good on camera, which is fine. Not everybody has to be good on camera. Maybe you'd be better at writing a book, right? And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. It's there's something you want to do for a lot of you. And it's maybe the way you're doing it, maybe there's just somewhere else that would progress very quickly. And that's kind of how I see this reading. It's I think that if you switch to something else, it's going to move forward very, very quickly. You have the Death card, which of course you've had twice here. I feel like there's a transformation. I feel like you're going to start noticing these changes this month. We have the next set of eclipses starts in April, and the Eight of Cups is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. So, I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that there's going to be a change around the time of eclipses, which, duh, that's what happens with eclipses, right? You have this Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. I would definitely balance out the energy. I'm also getting, don't take things too seriously as well. He has polka dots on his cloak. on the Seven of Swords, but I'm not even getting it on the Seven of Swords. I'm getting it on that Two of Pentacles for some reason. But on the Seven of Swords, the polka dots represent taking things too seriously, needing to not be so serious about life, right? With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Justice card, you showing up in a very strong position. So I feel like you're taking control of your life. With the Death card, you have the Knight of Swords. I wouldn't rush into anything at this time or anything like that. And, I also, for whatever reason, I'm getting communication. Why? Like, I feel like you're not even paying attention to it, and you shouldn't either. Going this way, it's like, been there, done that, is what I'm getting going here. So for some of you, if there's a past person rushing in, which again, Mercury retrograde this month as well, starts in April as well. So again, it's definitely possible. And other people have had similar messages. I don't think you care at all. I think you just are going to ignore it. So who cares? With the Seven of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like there's like a much easier opportunity is what I feel like saying. And that's basically what I've been trying to get at this whole entire time. And it's like it's like the way you're doing something could be the hard way, and instead of like the easy way. And this could have to do with anything. I always talk about, it's like I go for a walk every single day for the most part. And it's like I see people running by me and they look like they're about to die, and I'm like, what there's an easier way. There's an easier way to be healthy than running. I mean, if you truly love running, go for it. But I'm just saying, it's like I kind of get that feeling here in the entire reading is saying this to me. So I feel like there's an easier way, something that grows. And it's not like it's going to be easy. It's going to still require work, but I just think it's easier than what you are doing. So, I hope that makes sense. I also definitely feel that there's a new love offer coming in for you, though, for those of you that want it. And next in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this change card and this wealthy man card. Some of you could be attracting, a successful person. Doesn't have to be a man, whatever gender you're attracted to. And I think it'll lead to a lot of changes. The other thing I think you should pay attention to is the fact that it's like, I think when you get with this person, if this is a new person, that your life actually improves. It doesn't go the other way. I feel like you feel more motivated. You could find yourself doing things that you've never done before. And, I think that's kind of like a little bit of a clue, but you could be attracting a wealthy person for some of you. You could be the wealthy person or becoming the wealthy person as well, but it is going to require change is what this is saying. You have the Four of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. The Four of Cups, it's kind of funny because I feel like this is kind of, I would just say, I would open up here. If you're attracting a new person, I think it's a worthwhile pursuit. I think it's literally could be a wealthy person. They might not be financially wealthy. They could be wealthy in other ways. They could just have a wealth of experiences, and they could have a wealth of friends, or they could have a wealth of knowledge, or all of it, right? And I feel like this is saying like, this one isn't like the rest. The other interesting thing is if, let's pretend I was a marriage counselor, which that's never going to happen, and I sat both of you down, this person, whoever this is, and you, it's like I would say both of you need to open up. I feel like both of you are a little bit maybe in this position right here, Nine of Wands. So I kind of feel like it's understandable, if you went through the Seven of Swords and you've been hurt. I think this person also went through a Seven of Swords and was hurt. And, I feel like you both kind of need to give each other a chance here. Obviously, if you haven't met this person yet, I think that this is coming in the near future over the next few months. Yes, this is a monthly reading, but truly to me, tarot's timeless. So, it could happen whenever, right? I've had readings resonate like months later, so you never know, right? But what I would say here is I feel over the next few months, this person could be coming in for you. By the way, if you're trying to get wealthy or increase your finances, to me, Nine of Wands is the best thing that we could possibly do right now. I'm literally working on a whole other channel, like a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. Soon, everybody's going to find out about experimentation. And experimentation in life is just giving yourself more experiences, taking more chances, doing things you've never done before. Again, if you want to get wealthy, that is going to be the way that you can do it in the near future, the easier way. It's not going to be easy. I would actually, and again, I would avoid push button solutions with Uranus and Taurus. No get rich quick schemes, Knight of Swords, no get rich quick schemes. But I do feel experimentation could be a faster way to do it. You have the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So I think you're walking away from, people, places, and things. And, this is like one of those moments, Libra, where I feel that once we have once we get past this eclipse season, I would actually say, like, as we move closer towards like October, the end of the year almost, and I feel like you're going to notice changes sooner, but I definitely feel this is going to be one of those years where you actually feel the difference. It's like sometimes I think we change, but it happens so slowly that we just don't feel it right away. This looks much, much quicker. With the Four of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely could be love entering into your life. I also feel this is talking about following your heart. This is the White Sage Tarot right here, this clarifier deck, and you can see the heart on that side of the scale. The Queen of Cups, she's always very focused on her cup in front of her, and it represents the fact that she is focused on her heart. With the Nine of Wands, there you go. Tower. We were talking about the tower. I said the tower on the sandcastle. Everybody's had the tower again. You don't need me to say it, right? But what I would say is, again, I feel like some of you could be trying to avoid a tower moment. I think we only fear tower moments if we keep things the same. Literally, the reason the tower is falling is because the two people inside have been ignoring reality. So the universe makes the tower come crumbling down. What's your solution? Nine of Wands, experimentation, not doing things the same, right? So just don't beat your head against a wall, and I think you could avoid a tower moment. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Five of Cups. It's like you have to walk away from something. This might only be for some of you, this part of the message. It's like, I think we can have tower moments. Most of my tower moments in life I've chosen. It's like, I see the tower, I see the smoke, I see the fire, right, on the tower, and I'm like, well, F it, I'm out of here, and I leave, right, whatever the situation is. So, to me, life is too short. I think that too many people nowadays act like they're going to live forever, but they're not. And, so what I would say here is that life is too short to be miserable and in a situation that isn't providing happiness, or in a situation where you're not getting what you want. Personally, I've wasted time in relationships as well. I don't regret the experience, as I always say. I have nothing against any of the people I've dated, but just like, I had a major aha moment this year where I was like, you know what? I need to start taking people at their word, and stop wasting time. So if you, and again, I don't blame these people. If you let people waste your time, then they're going to waste your time, right? Plain and simple. And I feel like some of you, this is kind of like I feel like you're there. I think you're here with me, Libra. I hope that makes sense. I feel like you're at that point, and you're just like, it doesn't even have to just be people. It could be pretty much everything. But I feel like you're kind of having maybe you're having a life is too short moment where you're like, you know what, life is too short. I don't need to just waste my time. I can do this right here, and this is your outcome. You have the Yang energy, which I love. It's like the Ace of Wands. You also have this Rebel card. It says limiting beliefs are limiting your abundance. System buster, entrepreneur, or teaching others a better way. You're a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. Yes. So be a rebel. I feel like you could be doing things that are kind of like uncommon or very unique. You could be doing things in life now that are just maybe not the traditional, the quote unquote traditional path. But like, how has that worked for everyone? Not great, right? You have the Page of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Sun, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Page of Pentacles, I feel, could be a new person. Definitely a different person. You're going to have to learn this person is what's popping into my head. So if you're attracting love, I feel it could be, just a person you have to learn it, because I feel like you're maybe used to the same old story. Again, I always say that most of us, we get trapped in the same story in love where we attract the same type of person and, live the same thing because it's comfortable. It might be uncomfortable, the outcome, but we know the situation. We know what's going to happen. That's why we choose these situations. So it's almost like you're picking someone better. It might require you to have to like grow or do something different, and you're going to have to learn the person because they're different, but I think it'll be worth it. You have the Sun and the Hermit. So the Sun is your happiness. The Hermit says that you've been through kind of like a dark night of the soul. You've been through some difficulties and challenges, and now I feel you're focusing on your own happiness. The thing is, I think once we kind of take control of the cycles in our life and we become a rebel, we are not afraid to go a different direction. When everyone's going one way, we go the other, right? When we do that, that's when we truly take control, when our decisions are our own. It's like, I'm not picking on anyone here, right? But sometimes people ask me questions in the comments, and I'm like, well, it shouldn't matter what my answer is. What's your answer, right? It's like, and I understand. I think people are it's almost like they're looking for confirmation for the decisions that they want to make, right? But I think that we all need to get better at not looking for other people to tell us what to do, basically, because that's where true power is. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. I think you're cautiously optimistic. You know, she has a sword up, hand out. I feel like you're kind of like willing to receive this person's pentacle right here. You know, he's holding up that pentacle. It's like you're willing to learn about this person. I feel like they're willing to learn about you as well. So, you know, definitely looks good. With the Hermit and the Sun, you have the Hermit. You're definitely coming out of a dark period of time, for sure. And I feel like you're heading towards the Sun. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, just let go of everything that you've known, is what I would say here. I feel like you need to break free from comfort zones and, you know, let go of things that you've been holding on to, and that's going to lead to like the best outcome here, Libra. I actually really like this reading for you. Definitely kind of like a big transformation type of reading. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this handshake card that says a meeting with a stranger could be important. You definitely could be meeting a stranger, like as far as love is concerned. So, you know, that could be really good. I'm getting grocery store popping into my head as well. So you could be meeting a person while you're shopping. There you go. Maybe someone hits on you. That would be nice, right? It could also just be a person you meet somewhere and, you know, you fall in love. Plain and simple. You have this boat card that says money or property through inheritance, winning, or windfall. Definitely, if you've been doing the work, I feel like you're going to be getting the results. Seems to be a time of results right now. And if you're not getting results, I would just start doing the work. Again, Saturn and Pisces. Saturn and Pisces does not care. I always say, like, you know, people always worry about Saturn, and people always worried about their Saturn returns. My Saturn return was like one of my best years ever because I work with the energy. Saturn, I think what people don't realize is like we get the rewards right away. Most planets go through a sign and we don't get any of the like the benefits until it leaves that sign, right? With Saturn, if we do the work, we get rewarded immediately. We get to see the results immediately. So with Saturn and Pisces and Neptune and Pisces, I would be working on some sort of dream, something that you have always dreamed of doing, something that needs more structure, right? You have that sandcastle card. So maybe something is just a castle in the sky. Maybe it's just something you're imagining, writing a book, writing a poem. I don't care. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. And again, I think that's the other thing. I always tell people, don't go crazy with Saturn. It's like Saturn does not care how big or how small something is. It just cares that you do it. I always say, like, if there was ever a time, if you want to write a book, where you just say, I'm just going to write 100 words a day. And that might sound like nothing, but here's the thing. With Saturn in Pisces, if you commit to it, you'll do it much, much faster than you think, because then you're working with the energy. You're committing to something. You're telling Saturn, hey, I'm going to do 100 words a day. And Saturn's like, okay, they're actually, if you do it, then it's like, oh, they're doing the work. Here's the reward, right? So do the work. There you go. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. You have the Scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. There is a disappointment here, which we talked about. Didn't you have the Four of Cups? Yeah, Four of Cups, Five of Cups. You have the Tower. Something didn't work out. Probably a past relationship, but it's almost like a blessing in disguise because you have that card that says good luck sometimes comes disguised as bad luck. You have this archway. It says new opportunities, Ace of Pentacles, possibilities and paths are opening up, which, you know, we pretty much talked about this whole entire reading, so definitely. And finally, you have this goldfish. It says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yes, like I said, you could be the wealthy person that is showing up here. You could be the one that is increasing your finances or just becoming more wealthy in every sense of the word. But really good reading here, Libra. Love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.